question. What company are you with? And, how long have you been in business?
So I've been doing this for 20 years. This is my 20th year. I'm with Caliber Home Loans, based here out of Irving, Texas. We're the third largest privately held mortgage company in the United States. So we're doing quite a few loans right now.
Okay. Now, I've heard you're the condo guy. So can you tell me about that, or what goes into that, or what's different about getting a loan for a condo versus single-family residence?
Yeah, so early on I discovered that no one liked to do condo home loans. So I kind of ran in while everybody was running out and tried to figure out how to master them and figure out how to do it the best, most efficiently. Condos are really unique. It's the only kind of living arrangement where you're so dependent on your neighbors to pay their bills for your success. So, you've got these huge tall buildings or skyscrapers or even 5-unit complexes that look like townhomes, but they all have HOA dues. And if the building's healthy, then everybody's paying their HOA dues and it's everything's going smooth. Sometimes things don't go as planned, like they did in 2008 when we hit the recession. And so when that happens, then some people end up going in default on their HOA dues because something's got to give, and they're not going to let their mortgage go. Well, what happens then is that it becomes incumbent on everybody else in the building to pay those missed condo dues.
So they got to pick up the slack. Basically.
They got to pick up the slack. So they do that through special assessments. And if you think about it, if you're a senior citizen, you're on a fixed income, you bought this condo thinking the payment was going to be one number, and then a few years later it goes up because suddenly your neighbors stop paying the bills. That gets a little scary, right? But there are a lot of really great, healthy projects here in Dallas. They're really well run, and so it's not it's not a big deal. But we do have to do that background, our due diligence on the building itself, just to make sure that we're putting our clients in a viable product that's not going to sting them later on.
Also, I've heard, when people are getting ready to buy condos, they should look at whether the entire complex is either majority owner occupied or investor occupied. So what's the difference between that?
Well, I mean, as a consumer, the difference is you got to be aware that if you're moving into a complex that is mostly owned by investors, those are rental units. And as you know, people tend to take care of the properties that they own better than properties that they rent. So as a consumer, you always want to try to find a building with more ownership occupancy than investor occupancy. As a lender, we certainly want you to as well. And so we get that. We want to make sure that the building is upkept and taken care of. And so we don't like to see a lot of investor saturation in the building.
I mean, that makes sense because, I guess, like you said, they're not going to pay for the primary. You're definitely not going to pay for the secondary if things happen. So
that's absolutely right. So yeah, if God forbid we do go through another recession and investors start losing properties, they're going to let their, obviously their investment properties go before they're going to let the roof over their head go. So then that creates foreclosures. If we put a client in there as their primary residence and they're surrounded by foreclosures, that just devalues their home, right? So that's where we certainly want to avoid that.
So what would you say is the hottest product available for clients right now?
In regards to condo loans, I think probably the hottest product is still going to be your conventional conforming, your Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac products. A lender with a broad scope of products really helps. So you have to have Fannie Mae. You also have to have FHA, VA. But what really makes us unique is that we have a portfolio set of products too. We can do non-mortgable condos. And what a non-mortgable condo is it's a condo project that may not fit in the normal box. Maybe it's being built and it doesn't quite have enough pre-sales yet, or maybe there's it's mixed use and there's 50% of the project is retail on the bottom floor and then the other 50% is residential on the top floor. Not traditional lending won't go into that kind of project, but we do have loans that will work for that. So we find that in like a lot of urban infill and a lot of the urban core of Dallas is that there's projects that need those types of loans, and we certainly have it.
Okay.